In this video, we will be figuring out if Flint Ridge Church is trash or not. Watch the entire video to check it out, guys.
Wait for some people to pop in. I only have a little bit of time to nap tonight. I got some obsidian and I got some Flint Ridge. Alright. Adjust this a little. That's good. So I got some Flint Ridge. There's a cow walking up to me. Like, I'm not kidding, there's a cow right here. My live stream is interrupted by a cow. He's just staring at me. All right. I got a piece of obsidian here. And that Flint Ridge. So we'll see what this cow is gonna do. He's just staring at me right there. Get my tools out. Just need my copper billet, my ishy stick. I got more petrified wood. And I have a good piece of Flint Ridge here. Flint Ridge. My grinding tool. And need my pressure flaker. This'll do. And my leather. So I'll start on the obsidian first. See about maybe making a knife blade here. It's kind of junky in there, so I'll get rid of that. And I'm gonna keep all my flakes. I got a tarp down. This is some pretty good obsidian. The cow is walking away. It was just staring at me. Okay. Let's see what I could make from this. I think Leah just saw the cow. I heard her laughing and saying, "What?" Let's see if this falls apart. If it falls apart, I'll make a spear point. That'd make a nice arrowhead. I think I'm gonna put that one on the side, just for that. Get some seams and stuff in here. It's kind of layered a little bit. Weird. Keep the bigger pieces. See, there's a hole in there. Damn. Nice. So there's a large crack in here. I think I'm gonna get rid of this. Just keep a longer blade. Sharp as heck. All right. See if I can make something out of this. Turn it around to look. Looking at the comments. All right. Look at that. Might wind up just making a spear point. Hitting too hard. Yeah, I'm gonna make a spear point out of this piece. Get rid of that. Grab my grinding tool. I'm gonna save all these flakes for small arrowheads and stuff. It's been a long time since I've worked obsidian. You could check them out on my Etsy shop. If you go to about, there's a link right to my shop. You could buy them there. It still has some cracks in it, right in here. Let's see if I could get rid of it from the other side. So where I'm currently camping, the owner of the land here told me that there's mountain lions wandering around, so that's fun. See how that's thinning out? All right, I gotta hit a lot lighter on obsidian. It's basically glass. Yeah, you could buy them on my Etsy shop. Or if you want, just send me an email with what you want and I'll make it for you. There is some damage in there. I'll take these flakes out here. See these little blades? These things are razor sharp. I'll show you real quick. I'll do a little cut test on some leather. Let me zoom in so you guys can see. All right, check this out. I gotta be careful not to cut myself even. So hold it tight. Super sharp. Tan leather. All right. So I'm just going to knock out a rough spear point here. I'm not going to go too crazy with the obsidian. Yep, obsidian on this one. It has some flaws in it and some cracks and stuff. I got this from currently in the desert in Arizona, and I got it from a Navajo shop, Navajo owned. Oh, broke it. So what I'll do is I'll just still make a spear point out of this piece. But now I'm going to switch to the indirect stick because I'm hitting too hard. And that take flakes off the same way. It's just a little more controlled. Not as much force. How is the video quality here? Because I'm currently using Starlink. Is it lagging or is it working? Take a look at the comments here. Usually I find at this piece I bought. No lag. Excellent. Alright. What we could do with this piece? Could still be a knife blade if it stays this big. There's other people camping here if you hear talking. Alright. Thin this out. I don't want to go ultra thin. See how each time I hit it takes a flake off? Just shaping it. Let me zoom out so you can see what I'm doing. Thin it from the base. Hopefully it don't break. Just taking off flakes. I took off a nice big flake right here. Thinning it out. So this is my first piece of, I don't know if it's actually obsidian from Arizona, but I got it in Arizona from a Navajo gift shop. It's one of the first places I stopped. Take a nice flake right here if it'll let me. Alright. Concentrating here, so I'm going to be quiet a minute. See how I hit that flake and it went right to the middle? That's the best way you could thin down these pieces, if you get the flake to go to the middle. Making a spear point this time. Let me read the comments here. I gotta flip it around to read the comments. Cool. Alright, I don't know how much longer I want to go with the indirect, even, because that's a lot of force on obsidian. And likely to break it again. So I'll do a little bit more. I just bought a little pieces just to sample it. It's been a long time since I've used obsidian. Alright. I'll try one in from the tip, just to get rid of this little bit of mass right here. See that? Alright. Start using pressure flaking soon. I hit here, and that whole piece came off. I got a big flake coming in there. Now, I did not see any obsidian artifacts yet here in Arizona. I just got here yesterday, really. And I've been trying to do a live stream with material from each area I stop at. Just keep shaping it. Shaping and sharpening. I have to say, I am a little bit nervous because the owner told me there's mountain lions around. Quite a bit of them. They got a picture of one not too long ago with a rabbit in its mouth. Alright, getting there. Behind me, a ghost. My back's to the RV. I'm good, I'm fine. Our rattlesnakes are all hibernating for the most part now, so I don't have to worry about that too much. I have to straighten this. Not too bad. Try to clean up this messy area here. There we go. That got a lot of it. Yeah, I often get cut with the obsidian. Often. Or I'll get little splinters of it in my hand. It takes a few days for it to come out. So there's a thick spot right in here. I'm gonna remove the tip and get rid of that thick spot. Let's see. In the next few live streams, I am going to be making arrows. So if you want to know a bit about the arrows, hit subscribe, hit like, and that's incoming shortly. See, there's a lot of junk in there. I got rid of a lot of it. Now I have to get rid of this bump and crushed edges right in there. I'll try that as well. I hinged it. Don't mind the cow sounds. The cow scared the heck out of me, snuck up on me. Alright. Could probably pick that out. Let's try coming at it from the other direction. Did I get it? I did. That got rid of it. There we go. Alright, do that right next to it. Thin that down. And then one more spot right here. Okay, so I'm going to sharpen this up now. Leah's talking to the cat, Jasper. We got an RV cat now. Alright, so I'm going to try one more thing on this piece. Probably shouldn't, but I want to make it match the other side if I can. See how there's a flake going up the center here? I want to try to do that on the other side. I might break it, but if I break it, no big deal. I just make smaller arrowheads. So let's see how that goes. All right. Okay. So I'm going to try to take a flake right up the center here. It went, but not very far. So I'll try again right next to it. Nope. There we go. That felt right. And then I'll do one more right here. All right, just gonna finish this up, sharpen it up. If anybody wants this one, When I finish it, let me know. I'll put it in the, just put it in the comments that you want it, or one like it, and I'll get it out to you for a decent price. Ah, there we go. Bring the side in a little bit. Just to make it even. Let's see. Take a look at the comments while I show this finished one off. Yeah, Leo, just make an offer and then email me. Sharp as heck. Yeah, Ben, if you want one, just let me know, email me, and I'll make you one and send it out. Decent price. Put a flute net on this side, and on this side I put some thinning flakes. And I'll put this one on the side, and I'm going to try the Flint Ridge now. I'm going to do the, I'm going to just try to take a flake off and work on the flake. Last episode I did petrified wood from Arizona. Let's see, I might need a heavier billet for this. I'll use this one. See the size difference? Just to get a flake off of it. I'm just gonna make a super basic point, I think. There we go. All right. Put that down there for now. Can flint be sanded or stone sharpened? If it's a grinded into shape point, then you can sharpen it by grinding it more. The way to sharpen it would be to flake it with the hand flaker, the way I did on that obsidian. I got to take this out of my pocket earring. That'd make a nice blow dart point. All right, let me see if I could get it this way. Might snap it. I'm gonna try anyway. It's tough in there. I'll try again, get a different piece. It's colorful stuff. Take a piece right off here. There we go. That's better. This I'm also not used to working. It's a new material for me. I see there's a line going across. I don't know if that's going to be a weak spot or not. I could make a sandwich too. I know how to do that as well. I'll just try to make a little knife blade out of this piece, I think. If this holds together. If not, if this breaks, I'll make a spear point out of it. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Okay. Actually gonna switch to this. Everything I'm using to make these tools should be in the product list. If you don't know what it is, and you're interested in trying it, it's all for sale in the products. This is raw flint ridge, so it's going to be a little tougher than most. It's eating away at my tool. It's okay though. You can see here there's a little bit of quartz crystals in there. Alright, see this bump in there? I'm going to try to get rid of that with the indirect. Got rid of some of it. It's working. So this stuff has a lot of crystal in it at the tip here. Gotta get rid of that. And as always, if it breaks, I'll just make a smaller tool. Either a knife, a smaller knife, or a spear point or an arrowhead. Or if it breaks entirely, I'll make a little blow dart. Little blow dart arrowhead. Got rid of most of that crystal with this piece. See that shimmery? So really, I just got to get this cortex off and then start shaping it. All right, let's see what happens. I've never actually tried a Danish dagger before. I just wanted to see if I could make myself a decent little knife out of Flint Ridge. So lag. No lag at all? Everyone's saying everything okay? Like I'm in the desert, so I wasn't sure if the Starlink was gonna work or not. That is my alarm. I'm sorry for that. It's gonna go off every 10 minutes or so. All right. I'm assuming this stuff is tough because it's not heated. So we'll see about thinning it. Picture is super choppy. Small lag. Okay. We'll have to see. If this one is too laggy for live streaming, I'll have to figure. I'll have to get like a signal extender for Starlink or something. I'll figure it out. Really, I just want a usable knife for myself out of this material. This is what I'm going for. How long have you been flint knapping for? So, somewhere, I've been trying to figure that out actually. Somewhere between 17 and 20 years. I'm gonna say I really started to be serious with it around 2007 or so. There's a crystal pocket in here, so I'm not gonna try to flake that area. It's actually getting kind of hard to flake. All right, I'm gonna see if I could get rid of most of this. If I can't, I'm gonna keep it just like this and put it on a handle. And I'm gonna be using it. If it holds together, that is. All right. It's pretty. Minus that junk. Sketchy part. Sketchy part is trying to remove that cortex. I'll start near the tip and shoot them down across this if it'll go. One didn't go far enough. I'm actually going to put on the rock to give me a little more extra leverage here, because the stick is sliding out. Yeah, they're not going, the flakes are not traveling as far as I want them to. Probably because it's raw material. But I'm also not hitting extremely hard, because I don't want to break it. Just want a usable knife. Yeah, that's nice. Okay. How bad is the lag? I'm wondering if it's going to be in and out. I kind of want to keep this crystal in here. Let me know if it pops back out of lag or what's going on with that. Need to figure out what I'm going to do for signal out here in the desert in Arizona. I didn't expect there to be any signal, to be honest. All right, I'm going to start pressure flaking this because I don't want it to break. I don't care too much about getting all that off. Just want it to look like a knife. Let me see. Where you put the blade core on the tip. I'm pushing into the platform. So like I'm pushing. So let's say this is the issue stick. I'll rest it just above the platform, push in, and then when I hit down, it usually runs a pretty decent flake. Yeah, raw Flint Ridge is surprisingly tough. I just want this to be super sharp. I'm going to be using it in videos. And I just got my hunting license for Arizona. And I am on BLM land. Spoiler. There's going to be some pretty cool hunting videos. See that edge? Look at that. It's awesome. I want to make this edge as sharp as well, but that crystal pocket, see that? I want to keep that in there just because it looks awesome. This spot here is still thick, but I think I'm going to keep it that way so that if when I'm pressing down to cut, it keeps this part here a little stronger. I'm going to put this in some elk or moose antler as a handle. Do not want to waste any more of the materials, so especially if I'm just using the tools, it's not like I think I'm going to bring this edge in a little bit. It looks too weird like that. So, I've been talking to YouTube about hunting content, and they're pretty much saying don't show blood, don't show anything shocking. It's going to be difficult to do it the way I want to do it, but I'm gonna figure it out. That's gonna be super sharp. Just gonna keep bringing this in a little so it doesn't look too weird. A lot of paleo tools are uniface, meaning there's no work on this side. I don't want to risk trying to shoot flakes into here. Yeah, I like hunting. Don't want to risk shooting too many flakes into there because I don't want to break this piece. And I've been having a string of bad luck on camera lately of breaking pieces, so. Just make sure it looks nice and it's sharp. Should try to take 2 flakes here, thin it a little bit. I'm gonna use the indirect stick again. And I'm not gonna hit too hard here. Just enough to get rid of that bump. One more right here. Ooh, careful. Try to thin this spot just a little. I'm gonna try to shoot a flake right into here. Hopefully it don't break. We'll see what happens. Ah, there we go. See it thinned it there? And one or two more right near the tip here, just to thin it out a tiny bit. One more, just like that. Cool. I'm gonna keep the crystals in there. I can't thin it anymore here because I want to keep that crystal pocket in. I'll try one more right here to get rid of that lump. I don't want to hit hard at all on this, really. Okay, one more. That should be thin enough in there. Most snappers will keep going and do their best to get rid of this. I'm not going to be down in Ohio again anytime soon, so I'm going to conserve the material and just try not to break that. The edge is sharp, it looks cool, it's got crystals in it, it's thin enough, it's sharp enough. Put it in a handle and be done with that one. I left this thicker, wider, I mean just because of that crystal pocket. I just thought it was cool. It's got cool bands in it and stuff, look at that. If you look at tools Paleo-Indians used, often it is uniface. You'll see a blade like that with very little work on one side and all the work on the other side. They didn't really care too much about this, with the exception of like their fluted points, their actual spear points. Then those are like perfectly done most of the time. All right. So we got two cool little things here. Pretty sure somebody wanted this one. They're gonna email me. This one I'm not gonna sell. This one I'm gonna use for the hunting vids. Could probably try to hit one more flake right here, but I don't want to. That seems like a weak spot to me. Did a flute flake right there, channel flake, with a bunch of little thinning flakes on the other side. All these flakes, I'm gonna keep most of them. That's why I got the tarp down. I'm gonna keep them. Also, so nobody cuts their feet anywhere near here. Or anybody finding them and thinking it's an archaeological site and send out archaeologists, and that wastes everybody's time. So best just to keep the tarp down, keep them all. And then I'm gonna show you real quick. I'm just gonna show you how I make a blow dart point. Just out of a flake. Let's see if I could find a good one here. This one looks decent, so I'm gonna knock off this piece. It depends. Have all different prices depending on the material, if, you know, how much effort it took to gather it, how much time I took to nap it. I'm just gonna make a quick blow dart point out of this piece of obsidian here. I'll show you how I do it. I went frog hunting, and these worked freaking excellent for that. If you haven't tried frog legs, you're missing out. Delicious. Oop, broke it. All right, continue on. If you break it, just keep going. That's what I do. I break a lot of stuff. I still come out with something I'm proud of and that I can use. It's still fun. It's fun to make these things. I'm hearing all kinds of animal sounds that I'm not used to. Oh, huh. That was a weird break. I don't want it to be like a little dinky thing. Let me try another longer flake. Yeah, try the frog legs with cayenne. So this particular obsidian is more brittle than obsidian I've worked in the past. So we got to be careful with it. But I did want to show you just a quick blow dart point. These things work amazingly especially if you're using the Tim Wells Slockmaster or Fish Hawk. You put this on the end of a piece of bamboo. Amazing. You'd be shocked at how well it works. I got the basic shape here. Doesn't take very long to make these, unless you do that, which I keep doing. Let's try a bigger piece, a little stronger. This one has cool colors in it. It's just brittle. This piece is just extra brittle is all. Get rid of the tip. So let me try to get rid of all the parts that are going to break while I'm putting pressure on it. And I'll just show you the basic idea of blow dart point, or what I've been using to hunt with anyway. If this piece breaks, I'll use a piece of the harder Flint Ridge. I'm just not used to obsidian. I'm used to harder materials. Well, see. All right. Let's say there's got to be a flake of the Flint Ridge big enough. Yeah, this piece looks okay. Easy material to find. Quartz and quartzite. It's very, very tough to knap, but it's very easy to find. You can find that just about anywhere. This piece is also going to be brittle because it's such a thin flake, but I'm sure we could get something out of it if I'm careful. And putting those little flakes in. The tip is curved, and the base is curved on this side, and the tip is curved on that side. So take some of the tip off carefully. Not like that. All right. You know what? We'll do it with this. I'm just going to keep going until I get a good piece. I'm going to take a little flake off of here. Like that. This'll work. If this breaks, I give up. Okay. This is petrified wood. Get rid of the weak and delicate parts, like I was saying. Just get that basic arrowhead shape. Where am I from now, or where am I from originally? I'm originally from Long Island, New York. Napping some of the bark, and it just kind of flakes right off. And then it goes to start looking like that. It's pretty cool material, honestly. Alright. Let's see, what do I want to do here? Leah is getting the RV situated. If you're wondering what all that sound is, she's getting up while I do this. So currently what I'm doing is traveling around and filming. We just left Texas. I have a Texas episode incoming. As soon as I get a good enough signal here, I will be uploading it. I've been recording how to find this kind of material, where you could find it, or how you could get your hands on it. So I'm being a little more careful with this one because I keep breaking them. They are delicate when you're making them, but when you use them, if you shoot them into like a tree, it won't break for the most part. The obsidian will, but this harder stuff like the Flint Ridge or the petrified wood here, from what I see, it does not really break unless it hits a rock. If it hits a rock, it's gone. Alright, so something like a little triangle like that would work, but I like to actually make it look like an arrowhead, like what you would think an arrowhead looks like. And I like Dalton style a lot, so I put the little groove in the base. And then I'll just sharpen the edges up. Man, it's getting quiet out here. Heard coyotes last night. Loud as heck. One of the things you want to do is make sure that each of these little serrations are even and sharp. There we go. If you have a super sharp copper nail, mine's worn down. This is a lot easier to do. But you put this on a blowgun. One of Tim Wells' models. And if you watch his channel, he killed a bear with a smaller point made of steel, but this stuff is just as sharp, if not sharper. Hearing some strange noises behind me here. I'm a little freaked out. Tip has to be sharp as heck. It helps if it's straight, too. That'll work. In one of my videos, I used the blowgun and shot a bluegill in the water. And it went entirely through the bluegill. Was shocked at that. Alright, that is good enough. Just keep over sharpening it and taking too much off. Trying to make sure it looks nice. Okay. Nice little point here. And if you look through my channel, I test stuff like this. I hunt with stuff like this. I have a rabbit hunting episode. I have the bluegill episode. So if you guys are interested in that, just do a search on my channel. Make sure you hit the thumbs up and the subscribe button if you want to see more of it. If not, don't worry about it. And I'm gonna head inside and get some food. I'll put this with the other two things I made. Obsidian fluted point, basic flake knife, blow dart. Obsidian, flint ridge, petrified wood. Let me take a look at the comments before I sign off here, so I haven't looked in a while. All right, flip it around. Man, I missed a lot of comments. Yes, I've been to Texas. I filmed the Texas episode not too long ago. Kentucky has a lot of arrowheads. Yeah, if you check the creeks, you could find, like if you don't have flint or chert, there's quartz and quartzite, or just bottle glass that is washed down into the creek. Yeah, I'll do that on the next live stream. I'll show you that point mounted to the blowgun dart, and I'll shoot it into like a watermelon or something for fun. All right, guys, have a good one. I'm gonna walk you over to the cactus, because this is one of my first times seeing a real cactus in the desert. Crazy looking. All right, I gotta clean this junk up. You guys have a good one. See you later. Hit thumbs up. Subscribe. Have a good night. Got my ishy stick. Get that ready. My other napping tools. Working on a piece of flint ridge that I took with me, actually. Just clean it up. What's going on, Spencer? Live from my road trip. Currently in Oklahoma. Somewhere. See if I can make an arrowhead out of this flake of flint ridge. It's kind of weirdly shaped. See what we could do with it. Alright. So I'm currently on my cross-country road trip here, picking up Flint along the way and filming new episodes. So far the trip has been pretty epic. We just finished filming at Cahokia Mounds. I'm not going to give too much away, but a little insight for people joining in here. I've been driving for a very, very long time. This is my first break in about a week. I am exhausted. Got lots of flint though. Lots of flint. This area looks like it has a crack in it. Still try to work it anyway. I want this to go on one of my hunting arrows, if possible, if I could keep it together. It's just one flake of stone. Man, that does not want to go. There we go. All right. There we go. Already got the arrowhead shape going. It's got a curve on the inside, so I'll try to fix that as I go along. This is a Flint Ridge material from Ohio. I'm currently in Oklahoma, still recording the Flint trips, adventure videos. And those are going really well. See if I can keep thinning this out without it snapping. There's a high ridge right here that I'm gonna have a problem fixing. See what I could do with it. Switch to pressure flaking. Man, this is tough raw Flint Ridge. Trying to get the curve out of it. Don't know if it's gonna happen. I'll do my best though. The rest of the flint I collected is in my RV at the moment. So if this breaks and fails, then this is all I have for right now. Let's see if we could just make an arrowhead. Make it look nice. Come on. It's not detaching fully. Let me try moving in a little bit. It's still not going. All right, let's try down at the base. That worked. There we go. Raw stuff, raw Flint Ridge is pretty tough material. You gotta hit it really hard. Come on. Crazy. Just need to get rid of this lump. If I could get rid of that lump, I'm good to go. Put it on one of my hunting arrows. This curve is not helping things. Man, that's insanely tough. Wow. All right. Yeah, I already did that today. All right, it's gonna be a narrow arrowhead then. Oops. There we go, that detached. Man, I'm hitting hard too, and it's just not going. Come on. Let's try right here. Kinda worked. All right, let's zigzag it from the base up if I can. Aim this up a little more. There we go. So raw Flint Ridge is not easy to knap. Probably need a bigger billet, but I don't have it on me. It's packed away for the trip. It's supposed to be extremely windy soon. So we'll see how that goes. So I'm in a 35-foot RV. There we go. That got a lot of it. So there's some crystal in there that's causing a problem. All right. Let's try to work around that then. Get rid of that. Come around. Did I do it? Just about. One more should do it. See? Took this off. Now it's nice and thin. So now, I think I'm going to start shaping it with pressure flaking. Let's see, let me read the comments real quick. Swing this around. So we just want to make this even in order to put it on an arrow. I have to keep the base 7/8 of an inch wide, which it looks like it is that. So I can't mess with the base anymore. Straighten that out, sharpen it up. Now it's flaking a little bit easier. Let's see. Most important thing is that the tip is sharp, so make sure you do that if you're hunting with these. Yeah, no. The state says it has to be that size, or you get in trouble. So there's a high point right here with a lot of crystal in it at the very tip. Yeah, I've made a bone needle before. All right. Let's run flakes on the other side and try not to lose any size on this. We just want the flakes on the opposite side. Tip is super sharp already. This is some really, really tough flint ridge. Raw flint ridge from a flake. Reading the comments real quick. No, I know how to do YouTube, and to get the views, you got to keep talking. If you want silent videos, there are silent videos, but those are not mine. I have a few, but not these ones. All right. I think I'm gonna put some notches in. Just small ones. Just enough to wrap some deer tendon around to tie it onto the arrow. Can make it a little deeper on this side. And then I got to straighten the base. Should you use deer antler to do that? I have it in the RV packed away. All that I had on me was copper, so I'm using copper. My next hunt is actually a surprise. Has something to do with the road trip I'm on. Alright. Let's see. Still wide enough to use. Need to fix the tip a little bit. Want to make that as sharp as you can. I'll probably make those notches just a tiny bit deeper, because there's some crystal junk in there. And then just straighten out the base. The tip is pointing that way a little bit. So, gotta fix that. It's almost straight. There we go. That is better. Let me see, let me take a look at the comments here. Yeah, it's pretty sharp. That is pretty sharp. I actually do have another flake on me that I could probably work real quick. This is a knife I made like last week. Nice razor sharp Onondaga chert knife. I got this piece here, small flake, of the same stuff. See what we could do here. Gotta huge mess of keys on me. Sorry about that. Alright, so point number 1. Smaller than I would like, but still good. Put that in my pocket. And see what we could do with the next point. I could see your comment. Let's see. Biggest knife I've made was for the... That's one of the neighbors here. I don't know what's going on. Alright, biggest knife I made was for the Wooded Beardsman on his channel, on his YouTube channel, the Wooded Beardsman. If you look at his videos, look up Caveman Knife. It should pop right up. This is a little easier material, it seems. Let's make a quick point out of this one. Wow, that part is tough at least. There we go. See that flake there? Pulled right off. I probably need a bigger billet. I'm hitting pretty hard and it's not doing what it should be doing. There we go. It's just really tough chert when you don't heat it up. My cat is hanging out right here. See him right there? That's Jasper. He also makes stone tools. Well, he kind of just sits there and helps. Just wanted to show that with these tiny flakes you can make some points. There we go. Cleaning it up a little bit. All right. Keep sending the flakes in towards the middle. That dog is annoying me. It's probably barking because I'm making a racket. There we go. Finally got that piece, at least. Read the comments real quick. What's up, Artichoke? Ooh. I am in Oklahoma currently. Just found a whole bunch of flint. And I mean a lot of flint. Alright. I don't know how much I want to work on this flake, because it's going to be another narrow point. I guess I can. See about coming in right here, thinning out the middle a little bit. Got that side all flaked up. It's a pretty high ridge right in here. I'll try to get rid of it. Got like one shot to thin it. That did not work. Come on. There we go. That did it. Nice and even now. Let's see if I could just flake the rest of the pressure plate for now. I've had a headache since the second I woke up this morning. Slept wrong, pulled a muscle in my neck. So I figured, why not Flint nap while I have a headache? Make it worse. Sharpening up that edge. I'll just do this as quick as I can. Got a long day tomorrow. Driving even further. Trying to see what is best course of action here. There we go. Evened out the base at least. Little flake of Flint Ridge. I'm trying my best to keep it in one piece here, make a little hunting arrow. Arrowhead, I should say. Put it on the arrow. Put it on the arrow later. Make the arrowhead now. Right now I'm trying to get this brown stuff off the flake. This side is pretty much good. Venison quesadilla. Seeing what's best option here to get the flakes on this side to run a little further. I don't know that I can. With current headache, takes a lot of strength to push raw flint flakes far enough to get rid of that stuff. To push pretty hard. Wonder if I can use the indirect. Maybe the indirect will make the flakes go a little further. Might also break it. We'll see. It is not going. Man, that's tough stuff. There we go. That got a little. Then we got to do down near the base. Not enough. All right, I guess it's just gonna have some of the cortex still on it. Let me read the comments. Flip it around, read the comments. What's going on here? Making arrowheads out of stone. What's going on, guys? All right. Sharpen this up and straighten it out. This one seems a little sharper than the other one that I just made. Whew. How you doing, man? I am currently in Oklahoma somewhere. Trying to get rid of this cortex. It's fighting me. Nope, not strong enough. Try right from here. And if this doesn't get rid of the cortex, I'm not going to worry about it. What kind of stone is that? The past two things I've worked is Flint Ridge chert. I didn't hit enough there. There we go. Only have a few more opportunities to try to remove that stuff. That I hit way the heck too hard. You see what I did there? I slipped. All right. So that is warning to switch to 2 years. Cool, thanks. Got some cool stuff incoming when I could sit and edit some videos. just recorded a whole lot of stuff. Alright, I'm going to straighten out this edge here. Man, that's really going to bother me here. So this side looks nice. I'm a little annoyed I messed up at the side there and took a big chunk out. Let's see, what if I come in at the base? A little bit. Oh, man. So the tools are in the product list. It's an Ishii stick, copper pressure flaker, copper billet, deer leather. Gotta turn this around to read the comment. Yeah, I don't like leaving the Cortex on, but sometimes if you try to take it off, it removes too much material from the point. I'll try my best. I'm honestly not the best at removing all of the material, but I'll try. Got rid of a lot of it. Yeah, I'll show you. And look at my hand and see all the cuts. They're little, but they bleed a lot. Well, while I'm making them, I got a good one right there. Another one right here that just healed up. I usually get myself in the fingertips while making them. Yeah, leave it like that so it won't break. Well, I do have to thin it a tiny more. You see that edge curve there? It's a weak spot. And you don't want it to break while you're using it. Almost done. Just make sure it's even and sharp enough to get through animal hide, really. That is pretty sharp. Pretty sharp at the tip. This is a chert. It's called Flint Ridge chert. Let's see if I could run one more flake right in here. See this little ridge right here? I'm gonna see if I could run a flake up into that. Looks like that's about as good as it's gonna go. A nice little arrowhead. It's a little crooked on the ear. Try and fix that a little bit. There we go. That'll work. This spot has a little mistake. Alright, that's better. It's got a nice place to put it into the arrow, tie it on. Looks good to me. So currently on a road trip filming a bunch of different places you could find flint. And I found a bunch. It's a surprise where and all that, but I traveled from Vermont so far to Oklahoma, and I still got a long ways to go. These are the two I just made out of flakes that I had. They came out pretty good, I think. This one's a little more like a crystal point. It was harder to flake. Tougher. This is sharper. This is like way sharper. I could feel it. All right, let me read the comments here. Let's scroll up a little bit. Cicada. Yeah, I'm gonna make an arrow. 2 arrows. And yes, it would be extremely bad if you weren't holding the leather. The flakes would go right into your hand. Pinellas? I'll have to look that up. I really wish I could have gotten rid of that. I don't want to risk it, though. I could flake down here, put the indirect stick, and then hit across here and try to get rid of it, but it's not worth ruining that point just to get rid of that. And just leave it. The glue is going to go over that anyway. And I got a heck of a lot more flint with me, but it's packed away in the RV, and I'll get that out towards the end of the road trip here. See if anybody says anything before I sign off here. Yeah, I heard that Florida has a ton just laying in the creeks and stuff. This is a 45-year-old deer leather that my uncle killed a deer and gave me its hide, but he had it for 40 years. So this is older than me. That's what happens if you cut yourself while napping. You stain up your leather. Alright guys, all of the tools I used are in the product list, with the exception of the leather. You want to get good real deer hide for doing this. The other leathers, you could still cut yourself with it, so. Yep, and I have the tarp down to catch all those flakes so I could dump them right in the garbage. Yeah, you all have a good night. Hit whatever button that is and click the subscribe and share and all that and comment and all that fun stuff, and you guys be safe. Have a good one. I'll be back on the live as soon as I have good enough signal. See you guys. See ya. I'm gonna hunt something. It's a surprise what. It's coming up. This season of videos. It's a surprise. See you guys. Wait to see if people are coming in. I don't know, it might be too late. Got some crystal in the rock here. See that? Let's make this a little better. Wait and see if anybody comes in before starting. This has got some nice colors in it. Look at that. Crystal pocket right there. Just waiting for people. Yeah, this is some nice stuff. Look at that. Let's see, is it better with that flash? Might be better with that flash. Now let's put flash on. Still waiting for people to come in. Some Flint Ridge. Try to take a blade off here and see if I could nap something. Cool. Put this right down here. Alright. See about making a blade here. I want to keep as much of that color in here as I can. Might be a little hard with the way this flake goes. Keep those for blow dart points, little arrowheads and stuff. Might make a nice little knife blade if I could keep it together. See how it goes. Oh. Well, that piece broke. Let me try another piece then. This spot might be a little bit tougher and hold together better. I don't know yet. I'll have to see. Come on. Crack in there. Wow, that's really tough. Okay. Come on. It's got some nice color in it. I'm gonna make a blade out of this one. And maybe this one as well. Actually broke my indirect issue stick. Snapped the copper and I can't get it out. So I have to, I'm gonna have to just nap stuff the way I used to, I guess. do see a lot of crystal and imperfections in here and weirdness. So we'll see how it goes. Should be able to at least get an arrowhead out of this. Man, yeah, that would make a nice blow dart point. Cool. Alright, this spot here has a lot of junk in it. We'll see how it goes, though. Oop. Look at that. Colors on this, crazy. Alright. The tennis elbow thing. The ishy stick helps with that a lot. The indirect stick. The thing that I was just saying I broke. I'll show you. So, a lot of my work is done with this. It's got a copper nail in it. Put it under my leg. And I just tap like that. But since I broke it, I'm going to be doing it the old way. It's more my wrist that gets hurt than anything. Alright, what do we got? Maybe make like a Dalton style point out of this. If it holds together, it does. When it has a lot of colors and crystals like that, sometimes it just falls apart. Yeah, I just found a bunch of agate as well. This stuff is crazy tough, though. It's hanging up in here. This piece is stabbing me, so I'm going to get rid of that. Alright, I'm going to try to hit this here and get through this junk in the middle. No, it's going to hang up even more. Alright. Let's see about getting rid of that. Got rid of most of it. There we go. Overshot. Trying to see where the weak spots are to take care of them early. Keeps hanging up on me. It's really strange. Let's see if I could go down at like an angle and get rid of that. Ooh. Hit a little too hard there. Got rid of some of it. Just going a little slow, just to try to conserve as much as I can here. 'Cause I'm hitting hard and I'm overshooting and stuff. So I'm going to try to hit right here and get rid of this junk. Like that. Cool. I'm keeping all these flakes, by the way. Make some arrowheads out of it and blow dart points and stuff like that. Just thinning it. Got a thick spot right here. So I'm going to hit this low spot and hopefully thin it out right in here a little bit. What the hell is that vegan teacher doing in my live stream? It's still hanging up. It's hanging up very strangely. This is not heated as far as I know. Gonna have to make it a little more narrow because there's some crystal inclusions in here. And this side is getting messed up. Yeah. Damn. All right. Starting to take shape. I wish I had my indirect stick so I could clean that up. What's going on? Stuff is tougher than I thought it was going to be. There we go. All right. Also, this is getting dull. So I'm going to have to really struggle with this one, honestly. Man, that's pretty. Wow. So this stuff I picked up at Flint State Park. I got it from the museum, actually. And that is in my long format videos. I pretty much record everything I do when I'm getting, collecting, or even buying rock. If this point stays together, I'm probably going to put it on the top of my walking stick. Base has crystals in it. This has some hinges. See about fixing that. This is kind of forcing me to learn pressure flaking again, because normally I would use, like I said, the Ishi stick, but cleaned most of that up. There's one spot right here that's not so great. Let's see, just thin this spot a little bit, gently as I can. Then I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with that base. Got a splinter already? Damn. What was he working on? An evacuate? Didn't watch it yet. Wonder if I could use my other smaller Ishi stick to clean this bump here. Worth a shot, I guess. I've really been enjoying working on flakes like this. I'm gonna have to check that out after I'm done here. Let's see, where'd my other Ishi stick go? So this one's a smaller nail, and it's loose, and it's cruddy. I'm gonna try it anyway. Let's see here. Let me use the heavier billet. Okay. Yeah, that did it. Gotta get one in here though too. Not good enough. Try again. Try right here. Yeah, I mostly do indirect because of my neck and shoulder injuries that I've had for like 10 years now. Man, that's just not, it's not traveling past the center. Trying. Oop, goes the flint ridge. It's also, I think this is raw, so that might also be an issue. I mean, it's working though. Yeah, I don't know, man. My normal videos, I can't really get anybody to interact or talk or hit like or, yeah, I don't get it. So there's gonna be a bump right there, not much I could do about it. Without my proper tools, at least. Maybe I could run one flake down into here, maybe. I doubt it. Doubt it. I don't want to mess with this side too much. Man, that stinks. All right. Yeah, everything's pretty good. Pretty good. We got over our pretty severe elevation issues. That was terrible. She's currently at work right now. And I just finished up my college classes for this semester. Things are going pretty good. Yeah, the only way I'm going to be able to get rid of this at this point is if I shorten the edge a little bit and then shoot another flake up here. But I don't know if I want to do that. Raw Flint Ridge is no joke. This is really tough. This would be really good if you're actually using it. Let's see if maybe I could shoot another flake right up here. Maybe. Don't want to blow the ear off, but I might. Let's see. Got some of it. That's not terrible. If I grind this down a little bit. I don't want to do any grinding in the RV here. So I'll just do this instead. Let's see if I could just thin it a little bit in the middle there. If I get one good shot right here, I should be able to thin it. Come on. Nope. Damn. That's gonna annoy the heck out of me. I'm trying to keep the color in. Try it right here, I guess. All right, push in. Did I get it? I got a lot of it. Still got a freaking lump there. Ah. All right. See about shooting a flake up into that from down here. Man, that's crazy tough stuff. I was talking to Billy Berger about possibly doing a collab hunt. We'll see how that goes. I've never met Billy, but I have talked to him online for many, many years. I'm afraid to try this. But it looks terrible. I'll give it one more try here. Try to get rid of that bump. It's a pretty bad bump. Again, I don't have the proper tools to do this that I usually have, so we'll just see how it goes, I guess. Just break it up. Got some of it. It's all chunky in there. I'm gonna have to make it even more narrow. Yep. So what was the issue there? Wow, that's strange. I've never had it break like that before. What? Alright. Let's switch to this one. This one looks like it has less problems. We'll see, though. How should I do it? Damn, man, I like that one. Wow, you kidding me? There we go. Wow. Keeping that. Okay, that thinned it out quite a bit. Nice. Do you throw spears or shoot with bows and arrows? I do both, and I also just uploaded a video about getting a mouse in the RV here with a blowgun. I think I uploaded it as a short, actually. One of the things I want to do a video on is if you're napping with material that you're not used to, like napping with tools that you're not used to napping with, it's going to be hard. Until you get used to it, at least. I definitely want a point for the top of my walking stick. Right as you said it. I have my camera upside down, so I'm having trouble reading here. Give me a second. Right as soon as you said it, my internet crashed. Can you repeat? Tim Wells energy. Yeah. He's actually what gave me the inspiration to use the blowgun is Tim Wells. I've been using, let's see. Right now I'm using half of a Slockmaster Fishhawk. I'll give it a quick demo, I guess. Let's see. Coffee pot box. We probably don't need that. Right? We don't need that. So it's pretty effective. This stuff here, this little point that I made is made out of rock just outside of the Grand Canyon. This rock is not documented freaking anywhere. But it works. Use a little tinfoil cap, bamboo, a little bit of sinew, point glued in. you could definitely hunt with that. All right. Yeah. So my other one just exploded on me, and we emergency needed coffee, so we got the cheapest heck coffee maker. Emergency coffee. All right. So I'm not gonna go ultra thin on this flake. I want it to hold together. That's already pretty thin. I'm going to keep the tip a little thick as well, and just get rid of some of the issues in here. This issue stick does not work as good as my the big one down there. Smaller, thinner nails, the nail bends really easy and breaks and comes loose and all that. All right. What do we got? That's a nice looking material. Wow. How did you get into napping? So I worked at a museum. First, I started volunteering in the archaeology department, and I found a spear point and some stone tools made of quartz. And I was like, how the heck did they make these things? So I talked to my uncle, who knew a little bit about it, and he sent me, let's see, do I have it in here? No, it's out in the car. No, this is it. So he sent me this leather from a deer he killed over 40 years ago, along with some antler tools, and I started messing around with all that, and I just never stopped. All right. Man, this stuff is really tough to pressure flake. I gotta be careful I don't hurt myself. Hurt my neck. There's a little hinge in here. Yeah, I could get into it some more, but like, I don't know, I should probably save it for a full-length video. My uncle also got me into hunting, and he lived down in Macon, Georgia. Wound up finding a paleo site in his backyard, and wound up that he lived near a whole bunch of flint, and he would send me boulders of it to practice on. And just recently I saw him. I went to go visit him. He wasn't doing too good, and all of a sudden they discovered that he had stage 4 lung cancer from Agent Orange exposure. And literally a week after I saw him in the hospital, he died. So that sucked. He was like my closest family member. Oop, don't drop it. That's looking pretty good. It's thick. thick there. I'm gonna have to try to thin that. Yeah, I'm just telling some recent info about what's been going on and how I got into napping and all that. Pretty much the way I got into napping was I was doing archaeology at a museum and started questioning what the heck were these artifacts, how were they made? And then my uncle sent me a whole bunch of Flint, and I just never stopped napping. Yeah, he was the guy who took me out hunting and stuff like that, so he's the guy that got me into the outdoors. Wasn't expecting lung cancer to take him out. Never smoked a day in his life. Alright, I'm gonna thin this a little bit. Cutting my palm? No. Cutting the leather? Yes. Alright, so I gotta thin this spot right there. It's gonna be an arrowhead, yeah, if it holds together. Alright. Thin that. And that. And one more spot right here. Ow. Yep, this is looking pretty good. Oop, a little bit too much there. Got a package of, Ryan Gill sent me some Nappy stuff to test out for him. I have to go pick that up soon. I think I'm going to get rid of some of this, because if you look in here, there's a crystal imperfection. That weakens it. How can I make a much... What? And then a hidden message. What's that? You stupid. Yeah, I know. Alright, let's see. So I'm going to get rid of this part. I'm going to make it a narrow Dalton looking thing. Yep, Clovis is one of my favorite points. I don't usually nap like this either. Should probably not be doing that with a heavy billet. Alright. Oh, let's see. Really? First one I ever found was a Stanley point. That's sketching me out. I'm just gonna flake that off. Get rid of it. Let me see. I actually think I have one right behind me. Yeah, here's a Clovis I made out of a Onondaga chert. You can see the flute there. Let's see. There it is. Ran to about right here. And then on this side, it only ran to about there. Sharp as heck. That's one of my favorite points I've recently made. Still think Onondaga chert is my favorite material to knap. Still tied between, jeez, Onondaga chert and Norman Skill chert. I don't know which one I like better. Yep, Onondaga was the blue-gray stuff I just showed. Ah, man. Getting past that inclusion here is going to be hard. Let's see if I could just knock it off. Come on. Did I get it? Okay, that got most of it. It's gone. Alright, now what do I want to do? I want to keep this red in here. Not too concerned about the crystal pocket. Ooh, hit a little too high there. Alright. Let me say, I think I missed some comments there. Good color, what type of chert? It's Flint Ridge. I got it from Flint Ridge State Park. In the museum. I bought it. Alright. I don't think I'm going to try to flute this because I don't have my normal tools, like I said. That's coming out pretty nice. Bring these edges in. I like that I've really been conserving material here and making stuff out of flakes like this rather than eye facing a whole piece of stone. It just feels a lot better to me to be able to do it this way, and you can't really tell the difference that it was on a flake or not. I mean, you can, but it's not like easily. There's a problem in here. Damn it. All we're going to try an indirect thinning flake up to that, because it's better to break it now than to keep going. Look at that crystal inclusion in there. I'm just going to try to keep that in there. Wow. All right. So I'm going to try to run flake right up into this to get rid of this little issue in there. See how it goes. Got rid of some of it. Try one flake right up the middle here just to make it fancy. Like that. And then I'm going to try to get rid of this little hinge issue in here. Get rid of some of it. There we go. I think that did it. All right, I'm going to hit right into the crystal pocket there and get rid of that as well. There we go. Got rid of it. I'll just shape that up and call that done. Man, that looks nice. Turn the flash off for a second. You can see the different colors in there. I ran a flake right up the middle there. I'll just keep it like that. This side has a crazy crystal deposit in there, and I'm going to keep that like that. Keep this spot thick since that's so thin. To me, what's more interesting? Prehistory. But knapping is part of that, so... Ah, man, there's one spot here that's being difficult. I'm running low on battery. Alright. Make sure I got the right spot. Yeah, that cleaned up nice. Alright, put the flash back on. Yep. Alright. Yeah, I'm liking raw Flint Ridge. That's gonna make some nice freaking points for hunting and stuff. this edge a little bit. Even it out. That's pretty even. Tip has a curve to it, which is kind of cool. Spot here. Yeah, that's a nice looking point. Just evening it out now. Making it look nice. Alright. I'm gonna put this right onto the walking stick. Put some pine pitch in there and glue it in. Alright. You read these comments. My phone's about to die, so I only got a second here. I got 1%. The image of our ancestors just run down. Yep. Alright guys, that's it for me. My phone doesn't even have enough battery to have the flash on. See you guys.